Hello everybody, we are filming live from our beautiful barrel room that Tyler Phelps, our winemaker, lets us use from time to time. We're doing a virtual wine tasting for those of you that can't be here on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. in the restaurant to do a tasting. And for those who can't, we like to do a virtual taste along so you don't miss out on anything. So we're going to have some couple delicious wines for you. We have 4 in person, and well, I host the show on Thursday. Chef Chris does all the food, and it's always a fun time. It's delicious stuff. And for hopefully some of you watching this have gotten your pickup packet and you're watching along and tasting along, and kind of, I don't know, enjoying the ride, I guess.
Absolutely.
Learning a little bit about wine.
It's a great ride to be on.
We're always big fans of promoting people to purchase wines that they've already tasted instead of getting wines that they're just taking a guess on or somebody put a score on. Even though this does have a beautiful score on it, we don't want to let that determine why we like it. We want the taste buds to decide that. And
a score is not necessarily a detriment. It doesn't mean, but it may not fit your palate.
Exactly. So we want people to taste more wines, and that's what we do here. And the more wines you taste, the more confidence you get, and the more broad your palate can become, and the more food pairing and wine pairing make a lot more sense to you. That's our goal. It's strictly educational, and also we may do it because we don't even enjoy. We're pretending like we're liking this. We're not even swallowing, really.
What devotion!
It's just smoke and mirrors. You see, it look like I'm drinking this, but I'm not.
That's the beauty of technology.
Yeah.
We stay on the straight and narrow and still put on a show about drinking.
What's the worst part about our show, Chef, is like if we have something that happens, we just have to start back over because we don't know how to edit anything. So every episode that you see is Chris and I sitting down with no script, no rehearsals, and if somebody walks in with the trash, we got to stop it and start over again.
It's certainly authentic.
Yeah, it's about as real as it gets. The next time that happens, I think we'll just keep it.
Next time, we're just going to name it the Trash Show. And we're just going to keep going with it. We're
just going to keep drinking and talking.
We're real casual. We're a family place. Yeah, somebody walks through with the trash, it's okay. Because, that would be a normal thing in everybody's life, especially in a restaurant.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All I do is haul trash. So.
Yeah, I saw you fill up the pickup today.
Yep. So, I'm trash, and so... should have people walking through with trash.
You're gonna get trashed.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's what I do.
All right. Well, let's talk about these wines. It was great seeing all you people out when I was out socializing last week downtown the market. It's nice seeing all my friends. I'm trying to get back out and about, and I really enjoyed spending some time with some people outside of work and outside of my home, which I tend to hermit here lately, so it was nice. So this wine is the kind of wine, though. I was drinking beers last week, but this would have been perfect. The weather's so perfect.
Refreshing.
This, we're in the 80s now. Humidity's down, Chef. This is a freaking great wine. This is from Zuccardi. Zuccardi's one of those. It's like Catania and Zuccardi have got to be the 2 biggest names. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but I really do feel like those 2 families are really the face of Argentina wines, and this is a beautiful Chardonnay. Chef Chris and I have been huge fans of Chardonnay from Argentina, going way back. And this is another great high-end, high-value wine from the Zuccardi family. We've had all kinds of wines from them, obviously. But I don't think we featured the Chardonnay yet, and I think this is going to be a real head turner.
Yeah, I was excited when you rolled this out, Chef, because we love the quality that Zuccardi puts out and the character in their wines, but Chardonnay, hard to believe we've drank all around.
Yeah, we really have.
So it's great to land on this, just a very bright Chardonnay. The citrus on this is outstanding.
It is absolutely gorgeous. This is, it's almost fruit-wise outside of the Chardonnay varietal, but it is not quite. But I mean, it's not going to
exclude it. It's just on the periphery in terms of what you would consider classic.
There's a lot less tropical here and a lot more. Like I think you said in our first take that it was
the one that no one saw.
It was
a lot of lime, a lot of lemon.
Yeah, and I think you're point on with that, Chef. This is not the tropical fruit bomb, but it's still texturally, it still tastes Chardonnay-like, Chardonnay-ish.
That's what it is. Chardonnay-ish.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
yeah, but it's absolutely stunning, and I think this would go not only with your front porch, but it would go with food. And I think this is a summertime Chardonnay. How about that?
It is a summertime Chardonnay. I mean certainly I know Chardonnay drinkers who drink Chardonnay year round, regardless of the weather. But we're more nerdy than that.
Sure.
So we're going to find a place for everything.
Well, there's 100 different styles, it seems, of Chardonnay.
Absolutely, but boy, I don't know. Everybody's got their own Christmas tradition, but I hadn't made it down to Wilmington in a long time for Christmas until like Christmas night. Mm-hmm. The growing up Christmas Eve was always like shrimp or crab or seafood.
Yeah.
And so this would be right at home on a chilly Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I mean, just because it would highlight salmon or shellfish so well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. This is seafood ready. There's no doubt about it. And cheeses. Boy, if you're into cheeses, this
Forget
would be
about
all
it.
over it.
Forget about it.
Any kind of, for me, particularly with, like you said, with that citrus, like our salmon salad with ginger dressing,
the ginger and the almond,
all that going together,
creaminess of the goat cheese.
Yeah, but just a real big props to Zuccardi for just continually keeping Chef Chris and I happy with their delicious wines.
Which I know is part of their mission statement.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're like, okay, what do Ed and Chris want?
We can relax.
Yes,
we're hitting all their high notes.
Yeah, and I don't know if the Zuccardis are checking our videos out. There's at least 30 people that see them. They might be one of them.
You know it.
Yeah.
You know they are.
But we do appreciate your entire line of wines, and we're very proud to feature them here. Even though we are a winery, we're also a restaurant. And in our restaurant, we think it's important to have wines from all over the world, not just the wines that we make. And Zuccardi is proudly held shoulder to shoulder.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, another exciting week down here for harvest. Last week's video, we were crushing Riesling, harvest and crushing Riesling. Today is Chambourcin, Petit Verdot, and Petit Mancini.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear because
you can hear the pressure washer and the gears turning in the crusher over there. But
it's been a very busy week.
So today is the last day of harvesting the Green Hill Vineyard, which is the Webb family vineyards. So that's the last of the fruit from the local vineyard. And then, of course, we'll be harvesting Sandy Cross, which is in eastern North Carolina, the rest of the Webb family grapes. So a lot of great stuff happening. Incredible yield this year. The best yield from Green Hill yet. Ben and his team out there have really worked hard this year to ensure a great harvest. Of course, a lot of that's netting. The birds and the deer get more than frost and freeze and disease. So a lot of extra netting, a lot of extra time spent in the vineyard, and it sure reflected in the amount. I mean, it was just every 3 or 4 hours, 4 or 5 bins at a time. So great yield, great harvest this year. Excited about it'll say this year's vintage, but next year's in the
release.
Bottle. We're excited.
Yeah, Tyler's really excited, our winemaker, and he's down there working hard. And it's a lot of labor to make these delicious juices in these bottles. There's no doubt about it.
The team out there that actually works in the vineyards, hats off to them, because it's hot, sweaty, snake and bug infused work. I mean, everyone loves the glamour of wine, but that's about the only place it's glamorous, is in the bottle.
Yeah, it's blue collar, no doubt about it.
Gorgeous stuff. But anyway, we're excited, and the place is just humming. We love to see everybody's spirits up, and at a good harvest should be great. And also, by the way, we're doing a little poached crab salad on this. We've got some lovely little snow crab clusters. Poaching those, harvesting the meat, a little scallion, a little remoulade. I think it's going to be delicious on this. It'll be really bright. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely, Chef. I know we've talked about seafood in that Chardonnay. Check that bad boy out.
Look at that. Look how perfect that line is.
That's beauty.
Well stored.
Yep. All right, so we're going to go Bourget. Bourget region in the Loire that's known for great red wines, and you know what that means, Cab Franc, because if we're in the Loire, you better believe it's going to be Cab Franc. I mean, there's some exceptions,
the glare
because there are some.
A little bit better here. We've got one little light there that's glaring on us.
Yeah, our production is pretty terrible.
Yeah.
But you get the message.
The content is what counts.
Yeah. So we're really trying to, one of these days we'll have a studio, and it'll be awesome. This is from Domaine de la Chevalerie, which is a producer of delicious things from the Bourget. Of course, this is in France, if you didn't know that. But this is the 2017. Now, I've actually...
Wow.
So what made me think about showing this is that I have a regular that loves Cab Franc, and he asked me to put together 6 Cab Francs from around the world.
Thank you.
And this was my first selection. And I built the rest around it. I also had some Cab Franc from Argentina as well. But to me, it starts in France, and everything else is just peripheral until, I'm not saying they're not all delicious, but I think you got to have a baseline. This is where you go. So this is a 2017, so we're talking about, it's got some age here, 5 years, probably from harvest, but is quintessential. As you can see here, got a little, it's Cab Franc from France. It's not always going to be super, super dark. It should have some lightness to it. I think that's important, particularly for food pairings. Cab Franc to me has that versatility. It has the flavor to hold up against bigger dishes, but it also has a lightness to it in terms of weight that will allow it to cozy up beside maybe like a grilled salmon or something like that. It's not as light as a Pinot, obviously, at all. I'm not saying that, but compared to a big cab or something like that.
With a fatty fish like salmon, you could get away with it. Easy.
I love this nose, Chef. I just love it.
It's throwing me for a loop.
It's so intense.
It is just so bold and aromatic. And
yes.
The bouquet is like...
It's unbelievable.
It's intoxicating, not in an alcohol way.
There's so much spice, licorice, roses, peppercorns,
for days.
Vegetal. Yeah, there's like a...
It's like if you took...
It's like a really nice rose garden, maybe.
If you took a bunch of rose petals and hibiscus,
yes,
and you melted Twizzlers in it,
right?
And like some fennel fawns, and
simmered
it, and you simmered it all.
Maybe even some bay.
Bay laurel. I mean, it's all in the spring when you're clipping the bay laurel, you're kicking around the musty.
Sure.
Because it grows.
There's a few mushrooms.
There's a few mushrooms and the leaves, like the wet leaves. So this is
absolutely just hypnotizing.
It is, and it's one of those things like it kind of is a walk in the forest, and this is really enchanting. This is a beautiful wine.
Absolutely gorgeous legs on this as well. Well, I'm gonna have to taste it. I haven't tasted it in about a year, so I've been anxious about cracking one open. Well,
the nose isn't deceiving. That is that's really special.
Well, I will say this: that of the 6-pack that I got, he said this was his favorite, and I'm not surprised. But I mean, but if you like that old world style, that's not just super clean fruit with vanilla oak added onto it. And those are delicious. Don't get me wrong.
And important.
And important. I love them. But this is something like stylistically, it blows me away every time I have it. Every time I have it, I just get excited and I love it. And I have high expectations before I taste it. And it still wows me every time.
It's really remarkable.
But like Chef was saying, the bouquet, the nose, it follows right through on the palate. This has actually got some heat on it too, doesn't it? Going down. Beautiful texture.
It's so balanced.
There's almost a candied note in the fruit. It's
a hard candy.
Back to that Twizzler.
Yep.
Maybe you planted candy in my brain, but
it's a hard candy.
But yeah, like a Jolly Rancher, how that texturally leaves on your like a film or something.
Absolutely.
On your, I'm getting that. That's a positive thing too. I'm not saying that.
I'm trying to think of what that individual square candy is. It's fruity, not sour. I haven't had it in a long time.
I just think.
But it's very similar to a Jolly Rancher, but it's a square. Anyway. Very much beautiful. Like that. It's a super cherry. Just reduced cherry.
Yeah. And that's what this is.
It's so bright. It's so bright. This is so much
cherry and spice. And again, back to those. I think there is a way down below licorice. I don't think licorice is driving it. There's a lot more of it on the
cherry
nose.
Licorice.
Yeah.
But.
And there's just so much vegetality on it. It's freaking awesome.
The bay is really coming out now. As it's warming up a little bit. This is really superb.
I would even say almost like chocolate covered cherries.
The cocoa's there for sure. For sure.
This is
it would have to be a fresh. Like the chocolate would be fresh. Like you literally take the chocolate. You took the cherry into the melted chocolate before it could even temper. You eat it.
Yeah.
So the cherry. I mean, it's intense. 5 years old.
This is like a meal.
5 years old and it's that bright.
It's a meal unto itself. What a special treat to be able to share this with you guys. These are the kind of wines that are very cerebral. They make you think, and that's what I like. We have old school Cab Franc, and we got new school Chardonnay, and they're both very thought provoking.
This is a lesson for sure.
Yeah, I mean. These are wines that excite the mind as well as the palate, and I think that's pretty darn important. We drink our drinks to get drunk, but we should also be drinking our drinks to ponder and to appreciate. Good Lord, the hand. As we're sitting here in the shadows of Tyler, and he's. He's just getting on and off his forklift and doing all the things with the bins of grapes that he's doing down there, and just like he's been at it all day. And we're watching it happen, but we're on the elegant side of it over here, and we're in the shadows of the hard work, and it's just really a dichotomy, from where it starts to where it ends. But we need to appreciate that. When we sit down and have something of this nature, we should be thinking about what it took. And how blessed we are to have those.
Yeah, this ain't Yellowtail, and the amount of passion that and the passion fuels the work ethic. Because if you're just going to make something to make it, the passion is not going to go in there, and so seeing the passion at every stop along the way is really inspiring.
Domaine de la Chevalerie. Absolute perfection, in my opinion, of Cab Franc. Zuccardi Q bringing the thunder with a very, just a really fresh approach to Chardonnay. Dig it totally, texturally, absolutely wonderful. This is haunting me. We had a really good couple of wines, didn't we?
I mean,
Chef, do you know what you're going to throw at this?
All right, so I had an idea before, but now I got to switch it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was going to do the brisket, but I think the salt pepper crust is going to be a little too intense. So we saw our friend Nick Hagan today came from.
Oh my
from
gosh,
Darcy.
he brought the thunder today.
And so we're going to do some ground pork meatballs with roasted heirloom tomatoes and goat cheese. That's what this needs.
Digging it.
We need the roasted acid from the tomatoes, but I want the fat from the pork, not the fat from the brisket. Now, I don't know why the cherry wants me to have the pork.
I get it.
But so I'm kind of switching horses midstream here, but even maybe a little noodle or something, because I mean it's just such a big one.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
But the fruit I think needs some goat. The fruit needs a little sweet pork. I think the briskets.
Would you like a little refresh? I know you got to get out of here.
I would love a little more. Thank you so much.
And again,
anyway, this is such a treat. I mean, it's incredible. Look at that. It's an ink stamp. That's what you would do, stamping your stationery with.
Beautiful cork, and people don't think that cork's important. They're wrong. For somebody that pulls corks for a living, I'm telling you, corks matter. And I geek out on them. This is a beautiful cork.
That is a beautiful cork.
Perfectly stored.
And it's
Cheers,
great
everybody.
writing on the side. Cheers, indeed.
Well, Chef, we do have.
Unless you think the brisket would be better with this, but I like the pork route.
No, you're right on point. And of course, when I think of Loire wines, goat cheese.
Goat cheese. Every time.
I mean, I've never had a goat cheese that didn't go with a northern French wine.
And I've got that Sandy Creek goat in today, the Chev from Goat Lane Dairy, and that veggie ash born in Loire.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's just going to be a home run.
Yeah, I think you're right, Chef. I think that's
maybe a little wide noodle with the tomato with that pork right on top of it. Yeah, that's what I want to eat right now. And now that I'm talking about it, I'm like, why do we not have it?
What are you having for dinner tonight, Chef?
I'm doing fried chicken.
Fried chicken, all right.
So they have.
Oh wait, I'm sorry to cut you off. I want to talk about that lunch special today.
That was a great lunch special.
We had a lunch special today, and we must have sold 100 of them.
We sold a lot more than I was anticipating. But
Chef brined his chicken quarters and did a 15-hour brisket and put them both on the same damn plate.
And then I cooked these collards for about 9 hours in smoked pork jowl from Darcy Farms.
Nick.
And we had beautiful garlic from George McDonald from out of his garden. And I had roasted the bulbs whole and was just throwing roasted garlic bulbs in that 9-hour collard. I mean, this was a labor of love. I started on this like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of work to get. Of course, made some real cheesy mac and cheese and some cornbread.
Cornbread, yeah.
And boy, what a.
You had to run, Chef, and pick up Lauren from school. And we had that 7 top that came in.
I served 2 before I left.
Yeah. So
2 more to them.
So about 3 o'clock, they're getting ready to leave, and they said, "Is there any way we can get 2 of these to go?" That's how good it was. They had them for lunch, and they needed 2 more to go.
It was astounding, and I was really nervous too because I got a lot of chicken, and I brined a lot of chicken, and overnight I seasoned and trimmed the briskets at like 2:30 yesterday. I put them in the oven around 3:30, 4, and I let them, and I cooked them till 8 this morning, 8 or whatever time it was. I mean, I cooked them forever. And I was like, God, I got all this brisket, all this chicken. I made this gorgeous barbecue out of a Lusty Monk mustard from Asheville. And I was like, God, I got all this food. This is a real shot. And guess what I'm doing today? Doing it all over again. I just finished brining some more chicken.
Are you going to make it another special?
Yeah.
Nice.
I still have 2 briskets left. We sold 2.5 today.
Yeah. They weren't tiny.
So, and I got 2 left, and I just brined more chicken. I'll roast some more chicken in the morning. But it's funny. I'm gonna do a little egg salad tomorrow with it too, because I love egg salad. I know you love egg salad.
Yeah.
But brisket and barbecue chicken and egg salad. I mean, I just talk about sitting on a porch.
And Jay's chickens are laying again, right?
Nope.
No. Gosh darn it.
Not yet. I got some eggs from Kate at Hedge Fund.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so if you need some, I got some up there.
Well, I think I've probably mentioned this before. I reprimanded my mom for not having quality eggs.
That's not.
Just because they're in a plastic container doesn't mean they're good.
That's true.
That's marketing.
That's marketing.
We know that Kai's Hens eggs are great. We know Hedge Farms eggs are great. There's plenty of other local producers.
And Morgan's mom makes.
Well, that's right.
She has great
Absolutely.
eggs.
We love her eggs as well. And boy, there's just choose your eggs wisely.
Kyle at York Farm has great eggs, but they eat so many eggs. There's not as many to go around. So who could blame them?
Who could blame them when they're that good? Well, once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Let us talk about wines of the world.
Two amazing offerings there, Chef. What
remember, anybody out there that's watching this, if you want any of these wines, just let me know. I'll be happy to get them. If you are looking for other wines that you would love to see us show, send us a little message, and we'd be happy to attempt to show the wines that you're looking for. We do quite a varied approach, I would say, to the wines that we showcase here. Remember, there's 4 wines every Thursday at 6 p.m. on Thursday night here at the winery. You're missing out on a great, not only it's educational and it's also delicious, but it's also social. We have just so many people make friends over tasting wine.
And those friendships continue to blossom and bloom. It's a great way to meet like-minded people who love food and wine and being together and enjoying life. And how can you not make a friend in that?
It sure beats watching the news.
I'm not going to do it.
We're gonna stay close to the people near you.
Laugh
and don't let
and
the
joke.
outside of the world bring you down.
Absolutely.
So one way to do that is by drinking delicious wines with people you care about. And that is a recipe for success.
Every single time.
All right, everybody. We will catch you next week. To all my friends out there, thanks for watching. If you like us, share us, subscribe.
Oh, we got a survey question for you. How about a survey question, Chef?
Sure, why not? Who's going to take the poll here?
All right, so we want you to either comment or get back to us. So we've been kicking around an idea about a greatest hits mixed case every month. And so we're kind of talking about maybe Ed putting together a case of kind of like the highest thought of wines, the kind of the greatest hits, if you will, of the past month or 6 weeks from the Thursday night tastings, and putting them into like a monthly subscription based kind of thing where where the actual the people decide whatever receives the highest marks. Just see if there's any interest in that out there. It's something we're kind of kicking the can around back and forth, and so maybe y'all can help us craft that if that's something anybody out there in the world would be interested in. We have a lot of people come and say, "Hey Ed, put me together a case of
mixed
wine." Case,
And so we were just like, well, what if we just already had that designed and we just didn't know what you, the people, thought. And so we're just banging around ideas because we feel like there's just too many people buying bad wine based on the labels or the scores that they've never tasted.
Or some random person saying, "Oh, I like this. Oh,
yeah.
Give it a shot."
But I mean, this is a proven grounds of.
True enough.
And so I think that what we're trying to do is focus on the positive base of tasting to better improve your purchases.
Absolutely.
And that's just what it's really about.
Absolutely.
So anyway, something to think about, and we'd love to hear your feedback.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll catch you next time.
Have a great weekend.
See ya.
Oh, and happy Labor Day.
Yep.